On a cold, crisp winter night, live from the Boss Ice Arena in Kingston, Rhode Island, we are set for some ACHA Division I men's ice hockey. My name is Joseph Sottile, and I am excited to cover tonight's matchup as the URI Rams host the Syracuse Orange. The Orange look to snap their 4-game losing streak despite being undermanned. Will the Syracuse Orange overcome the powerhouse that is the University of Rhode Island? All these questions will be answered right now as we are set for puck drop in just a few seconds. Starting lineup for Syracuse tonight, we have Jack McCormick, who's centering Henry Pendleton and Eli Pendergrass. On defense, it's Hamilton Nordwind and Robbie Murphy. In goals, AJ Finta, and we are underway. URI wins back the draw. Number 18, Zach Gold, will handle it behind the net. Gold, backhand pass, number 20, Jared Weissert. Weissert stick checked by McCormick, and the Orange will dump it into the zone. Pendergrass chasing it in the zone, but URI is able to break it out successfully. Another turnover leads number 3, Damon Valenti, to handle the puck. Passes it to number 20. That's Jared Weissert. Now Weissert makes his way in, hit by Robbie Murphy. Now Brandon Duffy, Orange get a change. Brandon Duffy handling the puck. Gets to Eli Pendergrass. He will dump, and now the Orange will get a full line change as well with the University of Rhode Island. Handling behind the net is Nathan Marshall. Marshall rims it around. Chase Gaudioso handling the puck, but is stick checked away by Nathan McLean. Connor Chesner outside the blue line, able to handle that. D pass to Jack Duffy. Duffy handling it, but now he loses the puck. Backhand pass, tried to connect with Jacob Lopez, but Chesner said no and denied that. Big hit there by Tim Crane on McLean. As Duffy, they dump it in, and Duffy will backhand it into the neutral zone, but nothing doing as AJ Finta, it will rim around. AJ Finta will handle the puck. Duffy to McLean. McLean tried to pass Kay Cook, and it will be an icing as he did not touch up. So a face-off will be in the zone of the Orange. As I mentioned before in the pregame, Syracuse severely undermanned, just riddled with injuries. You know, heading into this game, they are missing Matt McEnroe, who's out for the year. He broke his wrist against the University of Delaware last week. Jack Alicia, of course, with a season-ending injury, had a series of concussions that have kept him sidelined for the rest of his senior season. So his career is over. Ben Brandt, the Orange's leading scorer, out with an illness. And finally, to round it out, it's Jack Wren with a personal manner. And Tanner Cole, it was questionable into his game. He did not play, so he is also a scratch, evaluating a lower body injury. Back to gameplay action. Cade Cook fighting with the puck right now in the neutral zone with Shane Mulhern. URI is successful with that as Mulhern passed it to Cam Sear. Cam Sear is the leading scorer for the University of Rhode Island with 24 goals on the year, 12 assists. Total point amount is 36 on the year, having himself a great season, almost doubling his points from last season. He had 20 his freshman year. Meanwhile, a rush going the other way. Number 28 on the University of Rhode Island, Max Lockwood, trying to get something going, but it was blocked by Carter Rugg. Rugg tried to pass to Fanning. Fanning's pass was, no, Rugg's pass, excuse me, was intercepted by Dylan Bonig, and both teams will get a change. Newcomer for the Orange, Bradley Parker, handles the puck. Bradley Parker, former teammates with Orange freshman Quinn Weimer, who's actually on the same line right now. Coach Chris Timmons, hopefully seeing if their chemistry playing each other in the juniors teams can really pay off for his team as they try to look to make a late playoff push. Again, they've lost 4 straight trying to generate something as they have conference play next week against Stony Brook. Weimer behind the net, handles it. Rugg gets it to Cotto. Cotto makes a move, but it's checked by Max Lockwood. Fighting for it still is Lockwood and Cotto. Rugg was able to support and get it deep. Now shot attempt right in front, blocked. Bradley Parker denied by a URI defenseman. Breaking out now, Caleb Burnett dumps it in just wide of Finta. Tried to just generate the first shot of the game. No shots for teams thus far. Let's look for our first shot of the game. Finta handles it behind the net. Ryan Thomas and Robbie Murphy working together to try to get it out of the zone. Little puck battle between Ryan Barlow. Loose puck in front. Net could be off. No stoppage of play yet, but I believe the net is off. URI handling it behind the net. It's Weiser, and finally the ref stops its play as he notices the net is off. It will be a tall task for Syracuse to really overcome University of Rhode Island tonight, especially with the man the Rams have behind the bench, Joe Augustine. Augustine's a Boston College Hall of Famer. He scored 104 points in 3 seasons. There's only 6 BC defensemen that have ever had 100 career points. He's quietly one of the winningest coaches of Rhode sports history with more than 700 career wins at URI. No other URI coach in any sport has that many victories. It's just 36 seasons behind the bench, and he's doing that, and he's 70 years old. Many state championship appearances, many ECWHL conference championships under the era of Joe Augustine. Meanwhile, Jack McCormick, the birthday boy, celebrating his 19th birthday today, handles the puck, but it was stick checked away by URI. Now the Orange have it in their own defensive zone. Pendergrass tried to reach McCormick, but they miscommunicated. Pendleton, slap pass to McCormick, but again, nicely defended by the Rams. Weissert now making his way into the zone. Could have had numbers, but it was a great back check and good work by Chesner and Pendleton to limit the damage right there. Hamilton Nordwind colliding with Ryan Barlow. Now McLean is there in support. Dumps it out of the zone. Now in the neutral zone. Number 23, Quinn Thompson dumps it in for URI. Nordwind back pass to Chesner. Chesner off the boards to Duffy. Duffy makes his way through the neutral zone. Looking for options. Takes it out. Now behind the net is Duffy. Pass to Chesner. Chesner to Jack Duffy. Pass it back to Duffy. Now Duffy takes it around the net. Off the boards. Chesner. Chesner back to Duffy. Duffy handles the puck on the top of the circle. Duffy, Jack Duffy, takes the shot, and it was saved by Marangola. So the Orange had their first shot of the game. A little traffic in front. Jack Duffy tried to get it to go, but was unsuccessful as URI was able to block the shot on the way in with some traffic. Now Cam Gaffney tried to generate some offense behind the net, but it will be sent all the way down by the URI defenseman Quinn Thompson for an icing. Orange got 2 shots out of that offensive push. They'll get a line change now. Extra skater Jacob Von Tersch is now on. He's the last-minute replacement for Jack Wren. And center Brain Sonato will try to take the face-off. Little scrum right there. Cade Cook was able to pick it up. Cycles it low. Battle in the corner. Nate Marshall battling with Sonato. Now the loose puck outside. Fanning with the shot, but saved by Marangola. Good offensive pressure there from the Orange. The cycle proved to be effective as the puck was loose right in front. Gave Fanning a free shot, but Marangola stood his ground. 13 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first. Cook with the face-off. Sonato was kicked out of the face-off zone. Lost the face-off. Now Cam Sear, the leading scorer for the Rams, and a little miscommunication there. They're offsides. Went off the knee pad of Von Tersch, which caused one of the University of Rhode Island forwards to go offside as Sear recollected himself and went offside. Face-off win by the Orange. Robbie Murphy off the boards. Now the Orange have numbers. Carter Rugg rebound, score! Carter Rugg off the pass-off pad. And the Orange strike first, courtesy of Carter Rugg. It was a great job by Bradley Parker. Was getting his stick checked. Was able to get a low pass-off pad off the leg of Marangola, and Rugg was there to clean up the rebound. Now that's what you want if you're the Orange. Again, they do get up. They usually do tend to score the first goal. Now the question is if they can really build off that. They did a good job against that, against Oswego 2 weeks ago. Let's see how they can progress as the same line stays out there. University of Rhode Island has possession now. Shane Mulhern making a few moves. The captain is stick check there by Quinn Weimer. Now Quinn Weimer with some numbers into the zone, but URI was able to back check very well. Rugg sends it back to the corner to Parker Washington. Excuse me, Bradley Parker. URI has possession now. Dominic Iadavileva misses the pass with number 5, Cam Sear. Hamilton Norwin, D-to-D pass to Robbie Murphy. Murphy looking for options. He gets that to the red line, dumps it in, gives the Orange change. Fourth line on now for the Orange. But now Colin Beazle moves in, tries to get a backhand shot, stick checked by Jack Duffy. Duffy has possession behind the net. Pass to Pendleton. Pendleton to Pendergrass. Pendergrass tries to hit it off the boards, but it was able to be stick checked by the University of Rhode Island defenseman. Chips it in back to Jack Duffy was URI. Pendergrass dumps it in. McCormick for checking hard. Little play in the corner now. It's McCormick with Zach Gold. Now puck freed out. There's a chance for URI going the other way. Rebound. Oh, and the net is off. A little chaos right there in front of the net. As the initial backhand was back checked hard by Chesner. Just got an initial backhand, went off the shoulder of Finta and bounced off Chesner's shoulder, which forced the net to be off. So the faceoff will be in the Orange zone. A little wacky, chaotic play right there. As both teams reset, get new fresh lines out there. Cameron Gaffney lining up against Ryan Barlow. Face-off won by Rhode Island. And covered by Finta as the loose puck was in front. URI was trying to generate some offense behind the net, and Finta had some great awareness right there to cover up the puck. Face-off now on the left circle of the Orange defensive zone. Aiden Darlington will take the face-off with Gaffney. Gaffney wins it back. Cotto hits it off the boards. No ice as number 18 Zach Gold was there to get some possession. Darlington dumped in by Weissert. Balfour in the corner. It's Brendan Duffy with Barlow. Now tried to chip it out was Gaffney. Miscommunication with McLean. Gives URI a chance to reset. Ryan Thomas off the boards to McLean. McLean dumps it in, and it's an ice as he touched up the puck right before the center of the red line. URI doing a great job early besides the first goal, applying pressure on the Orange, not really giving them any time in the offensive zone. Face off in the same spot. And there'll be a little bit of a stoppage of play. Mouth guard check issued by the referee. Everything's all set. URI wins it back. Tim Crane shot on Finta and saved. AJ Finta's had himself a pretty nice senior season with a 90 save percentage. Although his record is under 500, he has really kept the Orange in some close games, despite being outshot in most of them. He's really given that chance just to win. He's been great for all 4 years here for the Orange. Sonato tied up with Nathan Marshall in the face-off dot. URI dumps in, but Robbie Murphy gives it hits a backhand. But URI was able to come up with possession. Big hit right there from Nordwind on Jacob Lopez. Lopez tries to center in front. And another stoppage of play as the net goes off again. It's the third time the net's come off in the Syracuse zone so far. Maybe want to replace the pegs. Could be a problem. Face off on the left circle of the Syracuse zone. Deflected in front. Shot off the draw was Dominic Ayadavea. Went off the leg of Robbie Murphy, but Finta was able to deny that chance. Murphy to Nordwind. Fanning. Touch pass to Sonato. Sonato moving with some speed. Loses the puck. And now URI coming in the other way. Number 21, Corey Sazebo, coming in with speed, but was nicely checked by Chris Fanning. DED pass from Bonig to Weissert. Dumped in, and good job to get to the puck first was the captain, Shane Mulhern of the University of Rhode Island. Now a chance in front. A pass. Looking for options was Mulhern, but had a bad angle, so they didn't want to shoot there. Mulhern has it again. Slaps it on the Finta. Denied. Bonig gets it down, leaped to Sazebo. Sonato was able to check him and get possession for the Orange. Flipped out by Fanning, and the Orange will get a complete line change. Carter Rugg. Bradley Parker, the line combination, they score! Oh, how about that? Right on cue. Bradley Parker with a goal and assist in this one. Was able to steal the puck right off the stick of Max Lockwood. Quick shot right over the glove side of Marangola. And just like that, Syracuse is up 2-0 here in the first with 8 minutes and 56 seconds left to go. This line has been an absolute spark plug for Syracuse thus far. Specifically, Bradley Parker just creating a lot of pressure, which has led to URI fumbling 2 times with the puck and leading to goals. Now chipped away by Weimer. Moving into offensive zone, makes a move, but sticked away by Marangola. Duffy tries to get it deep. Now fighting for in the corner now is Chesner with Gold. URI having trouble getting out of their defensive zone. Chesner now in the corner, in the left corner behind the net. But it's taken away by Damon Valenti. Again, puck scrambling in front. Who will get it? Quinn Weimer has possession. Now Bradley Parker dumps it in deep. Orange will get a change. Valenti hits it to Aiden Darlington to prevent the icing at mid-ice. Now Ryan Thomas has it, sauces it to Pendleton. Pendleton, now Jack McCormick, the birthday boy, moving in. Back to Pendleton. Pendleton's shot blocked by Tim Crane. Now Cotto goes deep into the offensive zone to prevent URI from breaking out. Shot up and over the net by Pendergrass. Gillian gives it to Gold, trying to break it out with Zach Gold, but very unsuccessful as McCormick got a stick on there. Now URI coming the other way. Tim Crane dumps it in, but easily handled by Cotto. Cotto off the boards to McCormick. McCormick to Cotto. Center ice is Cotto. Now outside the Pendergrass. Pendergrass shot wide. Now Brendan Duffy moving in. He's a member of the Syracuse ROTC. Really displays toughness every time he's out there with his physicality. Cotto keeps it inside the offensive zone. Balfour in the corner is McLean and Darlington. Darlington now with possession. Just an easy flick, but no, it's mishandled by Cotto and could have been dangerous right there as Darlington had a chance, but good backup by defenseman Ryan Thomas as he puts it right, as he pushed it right to Finta's glove, and will get a stoppage of play in the orange zone. Be a face-off on the right circle in the offensive zone. Gaffney lining up with Nate Marshall. Gaffney wins the draw, but Marshall was able to catch the pass that was trying to get cleared out by Nordwind. Robbie Murphy now has possession in the defensive zone. Pushed it to Duffy. Duffy can handle it all the way. Gaffney lifts the stick of Marshall. Marshall tried to get it to the center. He had number 7, Nate Marshall had Owen Hall in the middle, but it was a good defensive play by Hamilton Nordwind. Robbie Murphy sends it deep. Tried to be forechecked hard by Cade Cook. Cade Cook with possession now, tried to make a move, but was defended by Marshall. Fighting for his possession down low now are the Orange and the Rams. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this first period. As Quinn Thompson sends it to number 6, Jacob Lopez, but Lopez dumps it outside the zone. Jack Duffy to Cade Cook. Cade Cook dumps it in. Picked up by Gold. Gold off the boards, but again, right to Chesner. Orange has done a great job forechecking. And meanwhile, there's a chance for Sonato in front. But Corey Sasbo was able to get the stick check to prevent a shot from Sonato. Good chance there. Cade Cook did a great job forechecking and almost led to another odd man rush and potentially another goal for the Orange. Backhand shot by Duffy, sticked aside by Mangiano. Duffy shot in front of net, was blocked by traffic. And now the captain, Shane Mulhern, moves his way in for URI. Drop pass to Mulhern, but unsuccessful as it couldn't hit the stick of number 21, Corey Sasbo. Brain Sonato now crossing center ice with the puck, has some options. Decides to push to Chris Fanning, but Fanning couldn't get there in enough time. Damon Valenti was able to meet Fanning and take possession of the puck. URI making their way into the zone off the side of net. Almost had a funky bounce and it almost went in. That shot was by Max Lockwood. Good block shot right there. Now Carter Rugg, one-on-one, tries to make a move, but it was a good job pushed outside by Tim Crane. Limits the chance for the Orange and Carter Rugg. Now Ryan Thomas was being chased by Owen Hall in the defensive zone, but that was limited as Cato dumps it in. Bradley Parker has possession of the puck. What a first period he's had so far. Fighting for McCrane. McCrane puts him down with a nice push off. Clean check now, chance in front for Rugg. Puck went loose right in front, but Marangola was able to kick it out with his left pad. Again, another funky bounce that went the Orange's way. Similar to the one that happened for the first goal by Carter Rugg, as it went off the leg of Tim Crane and into the stick of Bradley Parker, who was able to get the pass off pad. Quinn Weimer has a chance now, but it was nicely defended by Quinn Thompson. Little bounce in the center of the ice, but good job by the URI to get back and limit that damage. Now puck loose in front, and they score! Puck goes loose in front. It was Jared Weissert, I believe, who passes to Aiden Darlington and had a wide open net. Just a little scramble in front that didn't go the Orange's way. And Darlington has his 6th of the season. So again, a funky bounce going the University of Rhode Island's way. And it's 2-1 now with 2:30 left to go in the first period. Valenti, D-to-D pass to Zach Gold. Gold now to Marshall. Marshall checked by Chesner. Now Pendleton going the other way. The Orange have numbers, but they're heavily back-checked by URI, so they got to make their move soon. Tries to pass it in front to Chesner, but couldn't connect with him, was Brendan Duffy. Now URI coming the other way. Chase Gaudiano. Gaudiano was checked by Pendergrass, and we'll have a stoppage of play as the net comes off yet again. The 4th time the net has gone off. in this first period. Ice Crew should definitely take a look at after that as we head into the second period. 2 on Orange with 1:55 left in the first. Shots are 12-8 in favor of the URI Rams. Orange fourth line out there right now is Jack McCormick discussing over a face-off plan with Captain Connor Chesner. McCormick face-off with Corey Sosbo. Shot in, deflected wide. URI won the draw. Puck was trying to be put on net by Tim Crane, but was deflected wide by the bodies in front of the net. Now URI with possession behind the net. It's Sosbo. Sosbo fighting with Chesner, but now Duffy was able to come out victorious with the puck. Puck tipped away by Pendergrass. Orange tried to get a change, but they can't. URI dumps it deep into the zone. Duffy. Jack Duffy to Brendan Duffy, but that couldn't go. Charlie Nelson dumps it in. Finta handles the puck. Picked up by Jack Duffy. Duffy, stretch pass to number 16, that's Quinn Weimer. Quinn Weimer to Brendan Duffy. Duffy dumps it in. Forechecking hard, puts a check on Colin Biesel. And now puck was tried to get tipped on front. That was Ryan Thomas, but Duffy was able to tip that wide. McLean battling for it in the corner, tries to get it to Duffy. Loose puck in front. Was won by URI, now a delayed offsides. And now numbers the other way for the University of Rhode Island. Charlie Nelson shot off the post! And it sails out of play, so a good chance there by the University of Rhode Island. Charlie Nelson almost gets the equalizer as there's 42 seconds left to play here in the first frame. Face off in the orange zone. First line combination out there for the Orange. Gaffney meets up at Aiden Darlington. He scored the first goal for the University of Rhode Island. Gaffney dumps it in, makes a move. A nifty stick handling move behind Damon Valenti, but it was backed up by Zach Gold, limiting the offensive push by the Orange. 20 seconds left here in the first period. Orange potentially having one more rush, but no, Cameron Gaffney misses Duffy, and URI has possession. 10 seconds left in the period. Deep in the orange zone is Ryan Thomas. Thomas to Gaffney. Gaffney was able to get it out, and it goes into a corner, and that will be the end of the first period. Syracuse leads 2-1. Great early offense there by the Orange as they are able to push ahead courtesy of Carter Rugg and Bradley Parker. Bradley Parker had himself quite a first period, a goal and an assist. Really the true catalyst of the offense of the Orange. URI was able to answer late with about 4 minutes left, courtesy of Aiden Darlington off a loose puck chance that was assisted by Weissert. Shots on goal after the first period. It's 13-9 in favor of the Rams. And I'll catch you on the other side after the second period. back here at the Boss Ice Arena, getting ready for some second period coverage. Welcome back to the Syracuse Hockey Network. My name is Joseph Sottile, and we're getting ready for some second period ice hockey action. Syracuse up by a score of 2-1. Goals courtesy of Bradley Parker and Carter Rugg. Again, as I mentioned before in the pregame, Syracuse does a great job striking first and building on the lead. Just the big question is, will they be able to hold on to the leads? They've proven that they can beat some of the top teams here in the ACHA. Of course, sweeping Stony Brook right before break. And of course, the upset against number 2 Adrian College. And they did that by relentlessly scoring goals. Let's see if they can do more of the same here and match that first period energy. URI with possession right from the get-go here at the neutral zone. Puck now in the Syracuse defensive zone. Shot right there, saved by Finta. Shot by Cordy Sabo. Finta denied with the right pad. Now Connor Chesner with possession of the puck, looking for options. Passes to Brendan Duffy. Duffy couldn't handle it all the way through. Colin Beazle now. Beazle rims it around to alternate captain Max Lockwood. Tim Crane. Now a miscommunication right there as number 24, Colin Beazle, slips, loses an edge, and Gaffney had the puck for a second, but it was recovered by Beazle, and now URI heading the other way in the offensive zone. Chipped away by Rugg, but nicely defended and held his ground was Colin Beazle as he shot it on net, and Finta will cover up. Face off now in the orange defensive zone. Fighting for it is Pendergrass and Charlie Nelson. Nelson was able to come out to it. Nelson passes it to Damon Valenti. Valenti shoots wide. Charlie Nelson now backed up by Owen Hall. Owen Hall chips it to his defender, Zach Gold, but now coming the other way, it's Quinn Weimer. Quinn Weimer made a great defensive play. Stick checked in front, no call. Could have been an interference. Carter Rugg trying to argue that, but the official says no. URI playing around with the puck in their defensive zone. Lockwood breaks it out, stretch pass to Owen Hall. Owen Hall almost put it on net, but Finta was able to chip it to the side. Now Bradley Parker has a goal and assist in this contest. Parker tried to find Ryan Thomas, but was stick checked away by Ryan Barlow. Hamilton Nordwind battling from behind the net with Barlow. Puck kicked out right in front. URI has possession. Puck was trying to get centered by Jared Weissert, but he couldn't find anyone there for the Rams. Puck now dumped in. Ryan Thomas with possession. Chips behind the net. And a bad, costly turnover leads to a University of Rhode Island goal. Ryan Thomas chipped it behind blindly and to the advantage of Jared Weissert. He scores a goal, and it now ties this game. Weissert had an assist on the first goal. Now picks himself up a goal because of that turnover. All knotted up here at 2 now. 17:20 left to go here in the second. Sonata will meet Nate Marshall at the face-off dot at center ice. Ref drops the puck, tied up, and URI wins it back. Damon Valenti dumps it into the defensive zone of Syracuse. Robbie Murphy now has possession of the puck. Robbie Murphy now making a few moves. Shot just wide. Robbie Murphy, his brother Mackenzie Murphy, is a player for the Orange, was the captain of the 23-24 team. Hosts the Hockey House Pod. And meanwhile, we'll get a penalty right here called as it's Sonato, and he'll be sent off for a trip here with 16:55 left to go here in the second. Rams will have a man advantage for 2 minutes now. First chance to look at the power play and penalty kill for both sides of the team. For both sides. Mulhern, backhand pass, all the way behind the net. is Cam Sear. Cam Sear, the leader in goals. He could definitely put one in here if he gets a chance. Sear grabs possession of the puck after a quick misfire there. Sear again. Sear to Max Lockwood. Sear's shot. Deflect off a body in front. Sear still has possession. Sear now behind the net delivers to Shane Mulhern. Mulhern with possession. Back to Sear. Sear to Gold. Gold handling possession. Gives it back to Cordy Sasbo, and there'll be another stoppage of play as the net goes off yet again. Finta pushing off the net for potentially the 5th time. So I don't think it's the pegs. It could potentially be AJ Finta. He is a big guy. Of course, he is 185 pounds, 5'11". So a lot to move around in that, and tends to kick off the net pegs. As we'll have a little bit of a delayed change right now. Orange having trouble changing. They will be granted a fresh line as Bradley Parker is out there with Chris Fanning. Ryan Thomas back out there alongside Jack Caddo at the defense. Everything stays the same for URI as we'll have a face-off in the orange defensive zone. Sasbo with Fanning. Fanning wins it back, but URI was quick to have 2 men on the puck right there. They have possession. It's Cam Sear. Sear. Ooh, mishandled there by Mulhern. Got it to Mulhern. Mulhern whipped on the shot. And now rimmed back around. Cam Sear met by Chris Fanning. Chris Fanning putting out some pressure. Gold now. Shot on net. Saved by Finta. It's loose in front. Who has it? It's Finta as the ref blows the play dead. 44 seconds left on the Sonato penalty. And we'll have another face-off in the orange defensive zone as they try to kill off this power play and prevent URI from taking a 3-2 lead here in the 2nd period. Orange bench rallying the penalty kill unit right there, tied up in front. Caddo rims it around. Bradley Parker tried to get to the puck, but no, he was met by a URI defender, Jared Weissert. Now Colin Biesel has the puck, center ice, pushes it to Aiden Darlington. Darlington has a goal in this one. Shot on net, and they score! Aiden Darlington picks his corner over the glove of AJ Finta, and URI has a 3-2 lead. 2 quick ones here in the 2nd. And this is not what you want if you're Chris Timmons and the Syracuse Orange. Aiden Darlington with his 2nd of the night. That was an absolute snipe right there. Orange first line trying to generate some offense again. Gaffney out there with McLean and Brendan Duffy. Hamilton Norwind has possession, is hit hard by a URI player, and there will be a stoppage of play. I believe it was an offsides. It was. So we'll resume play after his puck drop. 15:07 left to go in the 2nd. One back by Gaffney. Gaffney passes it to no one. URI was able to grab possession. Nate Marshall dumps it in. Now the Orange. That was Murphy who got it in deep, but URI has possession now at the neutral zone. Both teams fighting for possession. Finta sticks it, but no, he gives it right back to a URI defender. That could have been dangerous if there was a man in front, but there wasn't, luckily, for the Orange. Robbie Murphy battling the puck right now in the corner. A whole bunch of players now meeting them. Nordwind pushes out to Duffy. 2-on-2 now, and there'll be a stoppage of play, and it looks like there'll be a costly penalty for the Orange or URI. They could be sending down both. We will see what the referee's verdict is after a quick second. Yeah, they will have offsetting penalties. It was Gaffney for the Orange and Chase Gaudioso. Gaudioso initially with the slash, but Gaffney retaliated. That's the thing with the Orange, too. It's the discipline has been an issue throughout this season. When they could have a man up, they let their emotions usually tend to get to the best of them. And now we have some 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. Puck was in the outer rim of the University of Rhode Island zone. Cook dumps it in. Quinn Thompson tried to get it to his fellow defenseman Colin Biesel, but was picked up by some Orange. Now Duffy, Jack Duffy deflected high in front, just went over a net. Now Cade Cook behind the net with possession, tries to force it in front, but he doesn't, regathers himself. Now Jack Duffy. Duffy, near the outer rim of the blue line, makes a nice move in front, loses the handle of the puck and takes a spill, which leads to Quinn Thompson battling for the puck in the corner. Cade Cook gets it out in the zone. Almost forced it on the net. Almost took a funky bounce over the shoulder of Marangola, but now they continue to battle for it in the corner. It's Cook. Cook to Bradley Parker. Parker might have been tripped right there, but the referee says play on. Quinn Thompson now is able to get the puck as a result of that. Shane Mulhern now handling the puck behind the net. Mulhern is blown up by Ryan Thomas, and now a 3-on-1 coming the other way. It's McLean. McLean shot, save right by Marangola. He had options, but he decided to try to pick his corner, and Marangola stands tall. It's now a face-off in the Orange zone. A great forecheck and great defense there by the Orange line right there, but they couldn't get anything to go as the University of Rhode Island trying to break out. Now they do. It's Max Lockwood. McLean now, backhand pass to Nordwin. Nordwin elevates in front. Duffy had trouble handling it, tries to get back to Nordwin. Nordwin has possession, but heavily forechecked by Max Lockwood. He's been buzzing. He's done a fantastic job on the forecheck thus far for URI, and has really led to a lot of offensive and gray zone turnovers for the Orange. Meanwhile, that shot by Duffy just goes wide, and that deflected off Lockwood. He's just everywhere tonight. And now URI trying to get numbers, and it'll be offsides as there'll be a miscommunication right there by the Rams. Gold back passed it to Max Lockwood, but Gold overstepped over the blue line. So it'll be a face-off in the outer rim on the blue line near the Orange defensive zone. McCormick pushed it out to Pendergrass. Connor Chesner now with possession. Chesner tried to elevate to Pendergrass, and it'll be an ice as Pendergrass couldn't touch that up with the stick. And the puck will go down to the Orange defensive zone. Jacob Von Tersch back on the ice, only his second shift of the game. Again, he's the extra skater, filling in last minute for Jack Wren. He's out there with McCormick. Pendleton, the usual fourth line unit, which actually started the game today. They've looked pretty good. They've been able to get pucks in deep. Played some solid defense thus far. McCormick battling it in the corner. Loose puck out around. Von Tersch tried to pass it to McCormick. 50-50 puck, no, it will be an icing as McCormick did not touch up either. So we'll refresh back in the Orange zone. Of course, the Orange can't change during an icing, so same line units will be out there for both teams. URI's first line going against the Orange fourth line. Charlie Nelson, Jack McCormick in the offensive zone. Won by Charlie Nelson, elevated forward. That pass right in front to the slot. Sear. That shot was deflected and goes up and into the netting. Orange trying to limit the offense of Cameron Sear. Sears been buzzing around the offensive zone, trying to get into his bread and butter, which you've seen all season from him in the slot. Does a good job trying to bite the center away from his assignment, and is usually open there for goals. Meanwhile, shot right off the face-off, covered by Finta. Done a nice job so far. Is AJ Finta. Shots are 21-11 in URI's favor, so Finta is starting to become peppered with shots on the net. 11:44 left to go in the second. Orange were able to get a change, so did URI. Ryan Thomas tries to dump it out of there, but a good job holding their ground was the URI defenseman. Shot in front, they score! URI takes a 4-2 lead. Defenseman was able to shoot it right in front, a pass off pad. And Aiden Darlington, with a hat trick in the second period, was able to clean up that rebound. Have a day, Aiden Darlington thus far. Orange just cannot find an answer for him. Sophomore only had 5 goals heading into the season. Now has 8. Potentially more to come if the Orange cannot figure them out. Chesner blown up right there by Darlington. Chesner now with a DDD pass. Duffy, Rugg, sends it in deep. Puck handled behind the net by Marangola. Marangola drops it to Riley Gillian, excuse me. Puck fought for in the corner. It's Quinn Weimer and Carter Rugg for the Orange. Gillian supported by Darlington. Puck still being fought for in the corner. Getting very chippy now, but Rugg looks like he'll be coming out with it. Yes, he does. Elevates it to Chesner. Chesner off the boards to Rugg. Rugg tries to get it low, but Gillian's right there. Weimer with a pretty stiff check. And supported was Bradley Parker for the Orange. Now Parker fighting for it. Rugg comes out with possession after the scrum in the corner. Now Parker blown up right there by Gillian. And a little pushing and shoving afterwards. Gillian has possession behind the net, hit by Weimer. Now URI breaks it out. It's Colin Beazle making his way through center ice. Beazle, backhand, try to get right in front of the net, and the net will come off again. This time, not Finta's fault, as Ryan Barlow had a collision with Connor Chesner, and the net comes off yet again. So there will be a face-off in the Orange defensive zone. Looks like the Orange will keep the same offensive pairing and defensive pairing out there. URI gets some freshmen on the ice. Nate Marshall meeting up with Bradley Parker. Chesner tries to chip out of the zone. He does. Cade Cook puts it on net to Marangola. Marangola was the easily cover. And now there will be a face-off in the URI offensive zone for the first time this entire period. Orange third line combination out there. Sonato coming back from the box. His penalty led to a power play goal in URI's favor. It was chipped out by URI. Sonato tried to get possession, couldn't. DD pass. Damon Valenti handles the puck. Valenti looking for options, but a good stick check by Cade Cook. Went off his stick and right into the glove of Marangola, so he'll cover. And another face-off in the URI zone to come. 9 minutes, 47 seconds left in the second period. Sonato and Fanning discussing off some face-off tactics. Sonato letting Fanning take the draw because of the dominant handle on his side. Tried to get it on net, but he couldn't. URI has possession now. Chipped off the boards. Fanning. Pass it to Robbie Murphy. Murphy hits off the boards and couldn't get a touch-up. Sonato could not touch up with the puck, and the linesman will call an icing. So now we'll go all the way down to the other end. Chris Timmons arguing the call. Referee rebuffs Timmons, the head coach of the Orange. Timmons coached 5 seasons with Oswego State, one of the Syracuse Orange's main rivals. Now, after some discussion, refs overturned that call, so now the face-off will be in center ice after some debate, much to the pleasure of Timmons. Scrum right in front, a little loose puck, trying to fight for his possession. URI comes out with it. It's Cam Sear. Cam Sear dumps it in. Nordwin smacks it off the boards. It's Cade Cook who tried to get possession, but nicely forechecked by the University of Rhode Island offenseman. Nordwin met by Mulhern. Mulhern pins him to the boards. Mulhern now has possession. The captain for the University of Rhode Island. Mulhern now. Drop pass. Now back to Mulhern. Mulhern scanning for options. Shot on net. Loose in front. But Murphy was able to eat up the rebound to limit the damage there. Orange have been snake bitten by pass-off pads and rebounds all game. So good job there by Robbie Murphy. Kay Cook has possession of it. Tries to chip it out, but it goes right to the URI, Colin Biesel. And now a stoppage of play and some extracurricular activities after the whistle. I believe that was Sonato in the scrum right there with defenseman Zach Gold. Referees trying to break it up. Chirping still continues. Sparks some reaction from the fans, and though looks like the Orange will be on a power play. Dominic Iadavaya will be sent to the box for an unsportsmanlike. So now we'll get a first look at the Orange power play. They need one here. 8 minutes, 23 seconds left to go here in the second. Haven't had a shot since the 15th minute of the second period. Orange PP1 looks a little different now, especially with Ben Brandt being out due to illness. He's usually that catalyst of the power play. He has 5 power play goals this season. So it's Gaffney, McLean, Duffy, and on defense, it's Jack Duffy along with Ryan Thomas. McLean handles it. Duffy has trouble handling it, and it'll go out of the zone. Now what you want for the Orange. Now Ryan Thomas carries it up to the ice. Ryan Thomas is the top puck-moving defenseman last year with the Orange. He had 9 goals, 12 assists for a total of 21 points. Recorded an assist last week against Udell on the power play. Now Duffy gives it to Thomas. Thomas back to Duffy, top of the blue line. It's McLean. McLean goes to the low circle, back to the top of the blue line to Duffy. Now Thomas tries to get it low. Lifting Gaffney's stick was Zach Gold, and now the Orange are forced to regroup. Zach Gold. Now to the blue line, it's Duffy. Duffy, look for options, shot on net, saved by Marangola. Had to see it through a screen, so good job there by Marangola to prevent the goal. Duffy does a great job keeping it in the zone. Gaffney now fighting for it with Gold. Supported by Duffy. Nathan McLean to Jack Duffy. McLean back to Thomas. Thomas tries to find McLean, but sticked away by Nelson. Good stick there to limit a potential one-timer there from McLean. Now McLean has the top of the circle. McLean shoots! Saved by Marangola. And now, there's a scrum breaking out. And a few punches are being thrown right now. Things are heating up here in the Boss Arena. Last 2 minutes have been real chippy here. Referees sort everything out. Continue play in just a few moments. They need to readjust the net. Orange will get a new power play unit out there. 39 seconds left to go on the Ayadavea penalty. But now it looks like there's going to be more people sent to the box. Looks like it'll be Brendan Duffy for Syracuse and Owen Hall for the University of Rhode Island. So those penalties will be offsetting. I believe, yeah. So we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey after The out-of-via penalty expires. Bradley Parker, met by Corey Sosbo in the face-off zone. Face-off won by Parker. Now Carter Rugg passes down low to Cade Cook. Cook gives it back to Rugg. Rugg handling within the circles, pushed it down low to Cook. Shot right in front of the slot. And Bradley Parker would have had a shot in front of the slot, but couldn't handle it all the way. Now Nordwin reselling with it. 17 seconds left to go on the Iadavaya penalty for the URI. Again, it'll be offsetting penalties after that penalty expires. Orange try to get it in deep. URI will kill the rest of the penalty thanks to a nice dump by Tim Crane. Nordwin handling the puck. Nordwin tries to get a shot on. Puck deflected wide by the stick of Colin Biesel. Biesel tried to find the captain, Shane Mulhern, but couldn't get it to go. And the puck will be offsides. Parker trying to argue his case, but it was in fact offsides. Cade Cook did enter the zone before Parker made contact with the puck. So it will be a face-off on the outskirts of the URI offensive zone. Fourth line back out there for the Orange. Jared Weissert has a goal in this one, dumps it in. Finta plays the puck. Tries to push to the Pendergrass. Now McCormick with a nice play. McCormick moving in with speed. Looks outside for options, tries to find Pendergrass, but Pendergrass couldn't get possession all the way. Couldn't handle it perfectly. Now URI has some numbers. It's Weissert. Weissert tries to find Aiden Darlington, looking for his fourth goal of the game. But Darlington couldn't get possession. He was stick-checked by Henry Pendleton. Pendleton has 2 goals this season, returning from a bunch of nagging injuries, which cost him to miss the entirety of the 24-25 season. Darlington will ice it all the way down, so the Orange will have possession in the URI zone. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left to go here in the second period. Shots are 25-14 in favor of the URI Rams. Orange's top line today back out there again. We have Quinn Weimer centering his former teammate juniors, Bradley Parker and Carter Rugg. Duffy tries to get it on net, but that shot attempt was blocked by Aiden Darlington. URI making their way through their way. Tried a little toe drag there, but blocked by the captain, Chesner. Now Quinn Weimer's able to break it out. Weimer finds Rugg. Rugg moving in with speed. Takes a shot right into the chest of Marangola. Had trouble handling it, but he eventually covers up for another stoppage play. The offsetting penalties have concluded. So Brendan Duffy and Owen Hall are released from the sin bin. Same line combinations out for both teams. Weimer meets Marshall at the faceoff zone. Chesner with a shot. That's blocked by Chase Gaudioso. Rugg tried to get it low, but he couldn't. Gives it back up to Duffy. Duffy shot in front, rebound! Is the puck still loose? No, it's covered by Marangola, and some more pushing and shoving after the play. Marshall wrestles down Weimer. Duffy had the initial shot. There was a little rebound in front. Chesner tried to finish it home, but Marangola, with some cat-like reflexes, is able to blocker that up and into his glove. Brendan Duffy recently released from the sin bin, discussing some things with Robbie Murphy. The refs had a few moments to have a conversation where this face-off should be. They decided to opt out, to have it opted out outside of the Orange offensive zone after the net went off. Cam Gaffney fails to win the face-off against Sasbo. Puck loose in front though. Duffy gives it back to Murphy. Murphy to Gaffney. Gaffney slap passes it into the zone. Dominic Yadavea. Blind backhand pass to Cameron Gaffney. Now frees the puck up for Robbie Murphy. Stick to side by Marangola. Robbie Murphy gained the Orange's only 6th shot of the entire period. Now Duffy making his way through the offensive zone with speed. Shot right into the chest of Marangola. Orange starting to pick up some offense a little bit in the late stages of the second period. 4 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. Would be nice for them to get a goal. They've been working hard. They've had a few rebound chances, but just couldn't finish. URI does a good job tying up sticks in front, which is the #1 reason why they really can't capitalize right now. Puck was won by URI in the faceoff, and now Gaffney and Riley Gillian fighting for in the corner. URI able to break it out, but sticked away. Nice job by Sean Cotto. Played his junior hockey with the New Jersey Colonials. Puck inside the Orange defensive zone now. URI playing around with it in the zone. Shot from the point, and Finta makes a nifty glove save. Limiting the rebounds as Chase Gaudioso ripped it on that. Excuse me, that's number 18, Zach Gold. Orange third line back on now there with the URI second line combination. Sonato meets Nelson, lose the faceoff. Puck tied up in the corner now. It's Cade Cook being supported by Sonato. Kicked out to Sean Cotto. Cotto tries to get at the Fanning, but Fanning is pinned down to the boards. Cotto, D to Ryan Thomas. Thomas chips it up. Try to give Fanning some possession time, but number 28, Max Lockwood, was all over that. Makes his way in, tries to center it. But Cade Cook did a great job limiting that pressure and intercepting that puck right in the center. Puck dunked in by the Orange. Colin Biesel. Back pass to number 4, Charlie Nelson. Nelson breaks it out. Moving into the Orange defensive zone. But Connor Chesner gets a stick in there. Now Jack Duffy with the puck. Quick breakout that by Fanning. And he is hit by Tim Crane, which the referee says is a little high, and number 2, Tim Crane, will go off for a penalty. Tripping is actually the call rather than the elbow. Slipped up the feet of Chris Fanning before hitting him high with the elbow. And the Orange will head to the power play for the second time tonight. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the second. So the Orange will have a man up for a majority of the rest of this period. Power play 1 back on. That's Gaffney, Brendan Duffy, Nathan McLean, Jack Duffy, and Ryan Thomas. Duffy handles at the top of the blue line. Duffy pushes to Thomas. Thomas shot, scores! Ryan Thomas with a snipe. Short side blocker. And the Orange now trail 4-3, courtesy of Ryan Thomas. Thomas with his 2nd goal of the season. He's been hot ever since coming back from his broken jaw injury. I mentioned how he was a great puck-moving defenseman. Really showcased his sniping skills. And now the Orange are within 1 with 2:18. So that was fast. 5 seconds into the power play, and the Orange capitalized. And meanwhile, shot in front. Oh, Marangola misplayed the puck, and Quinn Weimer had a golden opportunity right there. But Marangola was able to redeem himself right there. Weimer takes the faceoff, wins it back to Cotto. Cotto, Ryan Thomas, who just scored the goal, tries to get it to Bradley Parker, but URI's captain Shane Mulhern is able to stick check him. Mulhern now with the puck, carrying into the orange defensive zone. Puck to the point was Damon Valenti, shot on Finta, was saved. Both teams scrambling for possession. Now the puck out loose to Sears. Sears shoots it over the net. Sears tried to pick his corner. Tried to go glove side, which worked before on Finta. It was the hat trick. It was the second goal of the game by Aiden Darlington. Picked the glove side of Finta. Meanwhile, a rush going on away from Orange. Weimer! Puck almost went into the net as Marangola. It almost trickled past the side of him. But luckily, his defender, Damon Valenti, was there to push it out. Duffy tries to push the Rug, but Rug couldn't be there in enough time. Misplayed, or actually mistimed the pass by Duffy. Orange dump it out. 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Crane bounces off the low board to his teammate Colin Biesel. Biesel cycles with Crane. Crane gives to Owen Hall. Owen Hall fighting for it with Jack McCormick, the birthday boy, and Henry Pendleton. Pendergrass with a forecheck. But URI is able to... Oh, no penalty call right there. A little delayed reaction. Referee was contemplating about calling a trip on Pendergrass. 20 seconds left. Jack Duffy moving his way up the ice, tries to make a move, but he's stick checked by Charlie Nelson. Now the Orange, forechecking hard, had a chance, couldn't find McCormick. Now puck tipped in front and goes wide and behind the net. URI has possession now. Jared Weissert, 4 seconds left. 3, 2, and that will be the end of the second period. Orange had a bunch of golden opportunities, almost knotted this game at 4 apiece. But we'll go to the locker room and heading into the third period with a score in URI's favor of 4-3. URI took advantage of Finta's weak side 3 times, and they had 3 of their 4 goals were rebound goals, leading to great success for them in the second period. We'll be back for the third period of action coming up soon. We'll see if the Orange can rally another comeback here. They're great with coming back from 1, 2, even 3 goal deficits this entire season. Let's see if the Orange can have some fight in them, build up some momentum before next week against Stony Brook. But they have to limit the rebound control and also stop number 10, Aiden Darlington, as he's been on fire. Already has a hat trick and 1 assist, total of 4 points for him in this game. See you on the other side. Signing off for now. I'll catch you at the third period. to the Boss Arena in Kingston, Rhode Island. We've played 40. We have 20 left to go in this contest between the Syracuse Orange and the University of Rhode Island Rams. Rams lead by a score of 4-3 after 2. Shots 27-22 in their favor. As I mentioned before the game break, the Orange have came back from at least 1 goal and 2 goal leads 4 times this season. Let's see if they have another comeback within them tonight here, especially since how crucial this game is heading into next week against Stony Brook, which can make or break their season. Coach Chris Timmons and assistant coach Jordan Alhart talking over with their guys, along with Joe Augustine on the University of Rhode Island side. We mentioned his accolades before. The winningest coach in URI history from any sport, trying to coach his guys to hang on and win their 5th straight contest here. Enough said by me. Let's let the play do their talking. Both first lines starting the period. Gaffney tangled up with Sosbo, and Gaffney was able to win that draw, a D-to-D pass, and it was eventually pushed through to Gaffney. Gaffney trying to make a move in the offensive zone, but was stick checked away by Zach Gold. Gold, not many goals on the year, but he sure is a catalyst for assists. He has 2 assists in this game today for the University of Rhode Island, playing really good stay-at-home defense, along with generating offense. Meanwhile, Finta handles it behind the puck, handles it behind the net, drops to Chesner. Chesner pushed it to Duffy. Duffy cross pass to McLean, but McLean is checked by Max Lockwood. Lockwood takes a spill, but manages to push it forward. Shot in the slot, and that's saved by Finta. Had trouble handling it, but Finta stands tall, denying Charlie Nelson a potential breakaway goal right there. That could have made this game very hard to come back for the Orange if he had scored that. But we will have a face-off in the Orange defensive zone. It's the 4th line combination led by Jack McCormick. McCormick wins it back to Cato. McCormick hasn't scored since opening night against Penn State. It's his birthday today. Maybe he has a little birthday magic in him. As he handles the puck, gives to Eli Pendergrass, who broke his 6-game point streak with a goal last week in Game 2 against Delaware. URI now carrying between the neutral zone. Nifty pass right there by Tim Crane, give it to Lockwood. Lockwood dropped it back to Owen Hall. Owen Hall tried to force it in front. Cato's there to make a nice defensive play. Delayed off as both teams will reset. Ryan Thomas handling the puck, pushed it forward to Pendergrass. Pendergrass dumps it in. Forecheck, nice change. Tried to hit Zach Gold, but Gold was able to weave that hit from Pendergrass. URI dumps it in deep. Hamilton Nordwind met by Jacob Weissert, but Nordwind was able to backhand it out to Carter Rugg. Rugg misfires on a pass to Bradley Parker. Parker with a goal and assist in this game. 2 helpers from his line mate and former teammate on his junior team, Quinn Weimer. Weimer, Parker, both freshmen. Definitely have good chemistry, and they can tell by because Chris Timmons puts their trust in them and puts them on the same line tonight with veteran Carter Rugg. URI now carrying possession in the neutral zone, chips it off the boards. Nordwind battling it with Ryan Barlow. Nordwind pass to Parker. Parker tried to get to Weiner. Weiner kicks it, and now miscommunication leads to a breakaway the other way. Shoots up over the net. Jared Weitzer had a breakaway, but shot it well over the net. Now blind passes to the middle. But Syracuse does a good job of covering now. Quinn Weimer. Weimer tried to make a move, couldn't handle the puck all the way, and is put down by Colin Biesel. URI now with some numbers coming the other way. Tried to sauce it was Marshall, but he couldn't quite hit the stick of Ryan Barlow. URI tries to slap it on net, but Chesner able to stop that within the traffic. Chesner now moves it up the zone. Little toe drag release there, rebound, and Marin Gola stands on his head and makes a terrific save to Rob Chesner on the rebound. Fanning with a nice toe drag release. Puck was loose in front. And Marangola spreading out to Rob Chesner of his 7th goal of the season, denying the captain. There's no face-off in the URI defensive zone. One back by the Orange. Shot in front. Reese loose in front. Still fighting for who's got it. The Rams do. And now there will be a tripping call on the Orange as Braden Sonato picks up his 2nd tripping call of the game, and URI will be back on the power play. URI 1 for 1 on the power play. Aiden Darlington, of course, scored the power play goal. He has 3 on the night. So just as the Orange are pushing, it's all killed down by a penalty. Sonato's 2nd. And now the Orange will try to kill off this power play with 16:22 left here in the 3rd. Orange done a good job pushing for offense. The Orange bench trying to rally their penalty kill unit. But URI wins the face-off back. Down low in the circles. Mulhern, the captain, handles it. Mulhern looking for options. Down low. Tries to go in the slot. Nice save by Finta. Mulhern found Sasbo right in the slot, but Finta said no. Puck sent all the way down by the Orange. Now being conservative as Zach Gold takes up the ice, trying to generate offense for URI. Drop pass. Tried to find Owen Hall, but that was nicely stick checked away by Jack McCormick as the puck is now back deep in the URI defensive zone. Golds again trying to carry. Chip pass, but intercepted by Fanning. Fanning with a chance, shoots, blocked. Rebound right in front. But Fanning, oh, now it's loose in front. Little pandemonium right now, still loose in front. Marangola, the puck kept bouncing and went behind the net to the slot, back and forth. But eventually Marangola was able to track the puck. And we'll have a stoppage of play. 1:05 left on the Sonato penalty. Orange already surpassed what they've done last time on the penalty kill. URI already put one in at this point of the penalty kill. URI will win the face-off back into the zone. Colin Biesel, drop pass to Jared Weissert. Weissert has trouble handling it, and now they go offsides as that entire power play unit had a big miscommunication. Biesel carried the puck offsides, and Aiden Darlington, a rare mistake from him today, overstepped. Face off on the outskirts of the Orange defensive zone. Fanning now. He's been very effective in this penalty kill. Pinning it across the board, giving URI little chance to have some offensive possession here, but they do eventually get that puck back. Colin Biesel takes it behind his net, trying to settle. Biesel. Drop past to Weissert. Weissert pushes to Nelson. Nelson. Now to Darlington. Darlington takes it around the net. He looked off Weissert there, and now D to D now. Jared Weissert to Colin Biesel on the top of the blue line. Biesel handling it to Darlington. Darlington shot blocked by his own guy. Max Lockwood, the Orange able to clear, and the penalty will expire. Sonato's freed from the sin bin, and the and the Orange are now in even strength. Good forecheck there by Nathan McLean. But URI was able to get possession. Hamilton Nordwind, he also has a birthday today, so we have 2 birthday boys stay on the Orange, Nordwind and McCormick. He bowed hard, but he eventually had to chip it back to URI. And looks like the icing, no, it looked like it was going to be waved off for a second, but the linesman makes up his mind, and we'll have a face-off going the other way, and the Orange have a chance now with 13:49 left in the 3rd. Top line combination out there for the Orange. Consists of Gaffney, Brendan Duffy, and Nathan McLean. Jack Duffy and Ryan Thomas, who has the power play goal for the Orange in this one. He scored an absolute snipe that went low blocker side, put the Orange right back in this hockey game. Jack Duffy puts it on net. Loose in front, but Marangola is able to eat up his own rebound and will get a stoppage of play. Orange really upped the pressure in the offensive zone. They were very cold for one moment in the second period. Only had 11 shots, and URI at one point had 26, but they were able to build their way back up here with the shots. They have 26 now to URI's 29. So they've definitely done a great job on offense and continue to keep applying pressure as Gaffney holds the puck in the corner. Pass it to McLean. McLean back to Gaffney. Gaffney looking for options. He'll give it to Thomas. Thomas tipped in front, but it goes over the net. URI chips it out, but Thomas is able to dump it in again, and the Orange will attack. It's Brennan Duffy. Jack Duffy is able to hit it off the boards, but URI does a great job of getting it back outside the zone. Duffy with a shot on net. And wait, oh! A little cheap shot after the play right there. Marangola had possession of the puck. But a flying elbow right there as it hit the face of Robbie Murphy. And it looks like the Orange, yes, they will be going to the power play. A boneheaded, undisciplined penalty from Jacob Lopez right there. Just a flying elbow after the play. And now the Orange will go back to the power play, which were the last time they were on the power play. They scored in 5 seconds. So this could potentially be a costly mistake for the URI Rams. Same unit from power play 1 for the Orange out there. Orange bench rallying their guys out there. Gaffney wins the face-off back. Jack Duffy. Duffy to Thomas. Back to Jack Duffy. Duffy to McLean. McLean back to Duffy. Orange playing around, trying to look for some open space. Potentially get a tip in. McLean to Duffy at the top of the blue line. Duffy shot on net. And Marangola stands tall. Was easily able to track that. Worked his way through the screen. 1:37 left on the power play. Orange continuing to apply pressure. 12:36 remaining here in the second. Gaffney and Sasbo tangling up in the face-off circle. McLean was able to carry the puck low. But URI is able to get possession and clear it all the way down. Finta handles the puck, wraps it behind the net. Ryan Thomas will get possession of the puck. He is a fantastic puck-moving defenseman, as I mentioned before. Was the top defender in that category on the team last year, as he has possession on the top of the blue line. Tried to get a shot on, deflected by Sasbo. Gaffney fighting for it with Charlie Nelson. Now Cade Cook, he's had 4 power play goals this season, but he loses the puck to Nelson. Good defense there by Charlie Nelson as he elevates it to Damon Valenti, and Valenti sends it all the way down. Orange have forced to regroup. Jack Duffy carrying the puck, drop pass to the captain, Connor Chesner. Chesner pass to Carter Rugg. Carter Rugg makes a move, but stick checked by Zach Gold. Hamilton Nordwind selling behind the net. 26 seconds left on the Syracuse power play. Chesner back to his fellow defender Norwind. Norwind scanning for options, puts it on net, sticked away by Marangola. Cade Cook down low, back up high to Rugg. Rugg to Nordwind. Nordwind shot blocked in front, still loose. Parker. And now there's a little scramble, and eventually URI is able to clear it out of the zone and kill the power play. Bradley Parker had a chance to potentially put one on net, but Zach Gold did his job, lifted the stick, and cleared it all the way down, as Norton with a quick shot on Marangola. And there will be an icing the other way, as Colin Biesel sent it all the way down. Orange fourth line heading onto the ice right now. Jack McCormick lining up with Shane Mulhern. Mulhern the assistant captain of the Rams. Jack Haddo sends it deep. Pendergrass with a nice forecheck, battling for the boards as he and Jack McCormick are pinning a URI defenseman to the boards. And now Pendleton tried to steal the puck, but it is sent all the way down. Limits the damage was Jared Weissert as he sent it all the way down to the orange zone as it was an icing. A little over halfway to period, 10 minutes, 16 seconds left for the Orange to potentially get the game-tying goal here. Both lines staying the same as McCormick. Elevates it forward to Pendergrass, but Pendergrass gets it stolen. URI tries to send it down again. Robbie Murphy dives to try to elevate to Pendleton, but Shane Mulhern was able to stick check it. Now McCormick tried to make a move, stick checked and pushed aside by Zach Gold, and easily cleared out by Jared Weissert. Weissert dumps it in onto the net of Finta. Finta sticks it aside. Jack Duffy off the boards and right to Dominic Iadavaya, who sends it down to Finta. Finta will play it behind the net. Jack Duffy now coming in with some speed, moving it up the ice. Backhand pass, tipped in, and Weimer sends it down. Cade Cook forechecking hard, able to get the possession of the puck. Cook pinned by Iadavaya. Cook using his big body to try to battle himself out of the corner. Cook is 6'3", 175. Now Duffy handling it back in the defensive zone, decides to regroup, but gives it right to Jacob Lopez, who tried to send it right down to Chase Gaudioso. As there's some defending in front, tried to stick it to Lopez, and now the Orange moving the other way. Shot Fanning! Fanning moving in with a quick shot, tried to shoot 5-hole, but Marangola was able to cover up that chance. Shots 30-29. Orange really crawled their way back into this hockey game. They're really hoping for a goal to really pay off for all this hard work. Gaffney takes the face-off but loses it to Sosbo. Ryan Thomas trying to bite low, but he couldn't. Sosbo now the other way. And Cam Sear tried to make a move, but denied by Jack Caddo with his stick. Good stick check there. Puck being battled for in the corner. Now the ref will stop play as the net is off yet again. It's the 7th time Syracuse has forced a net out of its normal place. Mainly due to Finta's big body. While the face-off in the Orange defensive zone on the left side. Gaffney with Sabo. Both benches trying to rally their guys. Referees straighten a few things out. Puck is dropped, and we continue play. Thomas has possession of it, chips it, but to no one. That could be an icing. But no, Damon Valenti uses his speed, prevent that. But he gives it right to Gaffney. Gaffney tried to center it. That goes right to the stick of Caddo. Caddo sends it low. Now Brendan Duffy. Duffy tried to get his shot off, but couldn't handle it fully. Gaffney takes a spill. Caddo carrying it deep into the corner of the offensive zone. Shot, slot, save by Marangola. Little tic-tac-toe. Duffy almost connecting with Gaffney for a goal, but Marangola was able to get a glove on that. And there'll be an icing as Finta smartly realized how much space that puck had to the net. Just missed the post by inches. Great recognition there by AJ Finta, giving his team another chance to pepper Marangola in the offensive zone. 4th line back on now. They've gotten a lot of time in this game. Really due to their hard work on the forecheck. Pendergrass and McCormick have done an excellent job with that so far. Nordwin tried to get it on net, but it was blocked by Owen Hall. Puck sent down deep, and there will be an icing. Orange continue to apply pressure, forcing URI to make decisions they don't want to make, which is the costly icing, of course. URI's had some guys out there for almost over a minute, but of course the icing you cannot change. McCormick, bet by Charlie Nelson. Still a little scrum in front. URI is able to get possession. Biesel hits it off the boards. Norwin does the same. Puck in the neutral zone. Now carried in by Max Lockwood. Lockwood tries to center it to the front and sticked away by Finta. He did have a guy, Owen Hall, in front, but Finta prevented that scoring chance. McCormick tried to flip the Pendergrass, but the URI defender was there. Good stick check there by McCormick as he prevented Owen Hall trying to find passing options. Pendleton takes the pass from Robbie Murphy and tried to get it deep, but they couldn't. Stretch pass there from Chesner. Chesner to Rugg, but he couldn't hit Rugg. Rugg overskated it, and now URI in the Syracuse zone. Ryan Barlow made a few nifty moves. Now shot in front, blocked. Big body there by Weimer, preventing that puck from going through. Ryan Barlow had a chance in the slot. Weimer did a good job eating that shot for his team, sacrificing, putting the body in line, always what you like to see here. Rugg carrying it in the offensive zone, makes a move. Rugg, backhand, right into the chest of Marangola. 6 minutes, 3 seconds left to go here in the third. Last few chances the Orange have to be at even strength before they eventually might have to pull Finta if they're still down in this contest. Something's got to give. They have just matched URI in shots. Shots are 30-30 right now. First line out there for the Orange as well as for the Rams. Ryan Thomas takes it behind the net. Orange running their breakout play. Trying to get some eye candy there for the URI defense. Gaffney elevates to Duffy, but Duffy can't handle the puck. But a good forecheck there by McLean. Now Gaffney moves his way onto the offensive zone, tried to center it, but Marangola was able to get a pad on that and send it to the corner. URI and Syracuse battling for it in the corner. URI is victorious out with that battle. Zach Gold being forechecked hard by McLean, and URI just simply dumps it out of the zone. It could be an icing, but no, Jack Duffy's there in enough time, prevents it, no ice. Now Ryan Thomas. Thomas with a goal in this one. Passes to Brendan Duffy. Duffy makes a move, makes his way into the offensive zone. Duffy shoots, saved by Marangola off the left leg. Now Norwin trying to be aggressive, but Riley going a little 360 move sent into the corner of the orange zone. Hamilton Norwin now, after a short scrum, came out in the corner, was taken down by Cam Sear, and a shot by McCormick is gobbled up by Marangola. The Orange trying to come back from a 1-goal deficit for the 5th time this season, potentially sending to overtime, maybe even more. Chris Timmons motioning to Finta. In 1 or 2 minutes, he's going to pull him. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left, so could be a big gamble there. But it's go big or go home right now for the Orange, as they have the puck in the URI offensive zone. Cade Cook now try to get it deep. URI with a nice stick check, but Chesner was able to back him up. Chesner sent it down low. Cade Cook is bodied yet again. URI has possession. And now a breakaway going the other way. Shane Mulhern, 1-on-1 with the goaltender. Mulhern shoots high and wide, but he still has possession of the puck. and tried to center it to Sabo. But good play by Hamilton Norwin. Those are two breakaway opportunities that URI had, and they just shot it well over the net. Meanwhile, McCormick tried to center it to Cook, but Cook can get all of it there. McCormick now, he's been buzzing, gives it to Cato. Cato tried to find, I believe, yeah, it was Quinn Weimer. Quinn Weimer couldn't finish. He was stick checked by Nelson. Now Robbie Murphy with a slap shot right into the traffic. And now an offsides for the Orange as McCormick tried to save the offensive drive for the Orange, but a delayed offsides forced them to regroup and get a line change. Carter Rugg now tries to get it deep. He does. Bradley Parker now on the forecheck. Parker tries to get it to Weimer, but some sticks in front give URI some possession. Hard hit there by Murphy on Nelson, and now Bradley Parker tried to make a similar move that he did to score the first goal of the game here. Excuse me, he was the second, assisted on the first goal to Carter Rugg. Now Ryan Thomas now, with 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third. It's crunch time for Syracuse right now as Jack Duffy makes his way through the neutral zone, makes a few moves. Great speed there by Duffy. Elevates it there to Rugg. Rugg for options, looks for the slot, but couldn't get it to Quinn Weimer. URI gives possession back to the Orange outside of the offensive zone. Now moving into neutral zones, Parker. Parker passes to McLean. McLean shoots a tight corner, but stopped by Marangola. Now the net is empty for the Orange, so we are playing 6-on-5 now. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left in the game. Duffy tried to make a few moves. Stick was checked and went right into the glove of Marangola. So as I said before, the net is empty. So one goal from URI could end this. Syracuse does have a face-off in the URI defensive zone. Let's see what he does there. Cameron Gaffney. It's been about around the middle on the face-offs, especially against Aiden Darlington. Meanwhile, Hughes will call a timeout as head coach Chris Timmons trying to draw up a winning formula and a game-tying formula for the Orange. He has 2 minutes, 12 seconds left to score. Tie this, potentially send to overtime. Legendary coach Joel Augustine giving some message to his team, trying to ice the game for URI and take the first game of this two-game weekend series. We are set up for an absolute classic of a finish here at the Boss Ice Arena. High tensions all game. It's been very chippy, along with being a very highly competitive game. It's do or die for the Orange. Timmons has his time in. Augustine's Rams are about to try to defend this, ice the game. The cues are ready. Timmons has decided to put out Cade Cook, Brendan Duffy, Connor Chesner, Ryan Thomas, Nathan McLean, and Carter Rugg. Orange stacking 3 on the hash mark, but the face-off was not won. Puck is deep now. Carter Rugg behind the net, heavily stick-checked by Nate Marshall, but Rugg's making a few moves. Now the Orange have numbers the other way. Rugg taking it outside. Rugg tries to center it, but it's sticked away by Zach Gold. Orange continue out possession, fighting for in the corner. And now, loose puck in front, that puck has a chance, but just wide. Cade Cook hustling for the icing. And there's no ice call. A controversial call right here late in the game, a minute 35. And now Darlington steals it, passes it to Cam Sear, and he'll ice it. So the Rams ice the game with a rather controversial call right there. Timmons is livid with the referees right now. He believes it should have been an icing, and it definitely was, without a doubt. And the Orange faithful are not loving it here in the crowd. Very discontent right now here with the referees here at the Boss Arena. Referee trying to tell Chris Timmons it was tipped at one point. Chirps continue to fly within the stands. Minute 30 left to go in the game, and URI with the 5-3 lead. Orange one possession back. It's Ryan Thomas now, selling behind the net.
That is a goal for the University of Rhode Island with 1:39
Jack Duffy
period.
tries to elevate it in front to Cade Cook. Orange will pull the net again, so Finton will go to the bench, and the puck will be covered by Marangola on the other end. So so the Orange are 6-on-5 yet again. Minute 9 left. It would be an absolute miracle of a comeback if they were able to overcome the adversity, score 2 goals in minute 9. It's definitely been done before, but it's extremely rare. Bradley Parker takes a face off of Nelson. Nelson wins it back. Colin Biesel tries to send it deep. Looks like McLean had trouble handling it. Owen Hall almost further iced the game, almost put it in the net. Carter Rugg has possession behind the net. Tries to elevate it, makes a move. Passes it to Bradley Parker. Parker makes his way into the offensive zone on the outside. Parker pushes it all the way to the other end of Rugg. Rugg tries to put it on net. Deflects over the net. Some bodies in front right there. Duffy tries to bring it to the middle. 30 seconds left here in the game at Bradley Boss Arena. Puck is cleared all the way down. It will be no ice as Ryan Thomas will get there. Final seconds trickling down here as Ryan Barlow tried to get one more attempt for the empty net. 3 seconds left in the game, 2-1, and the URI Rams take the first game of this 2-game set by a score of 5-3. Orange tried to mount a comeback tonight, but great defense and key goaltending in the clutch for Nick Marangola iced this game for the Rams, and a rather potentially controversial call, which really turned the tide in the Orange's momentum and the game in general. Orange look to rebound tomorrow. 4 p.m. puck drop here, same place at the Bradley R. Boss Arena in Kingston, Rhode Island. For now, I'm Joe Sottile, signing off.